Mm, there's a guy, you might know him, David Goggins.
Yeah. Oh,
He's
yeah. I
okay.
don't know him personally. I know of him.
Yeah. So his mentality, like, is like run till you die,
Hmm.
motherfucker. Like, that's his attitude. And even in Poland, people are saying like you are like so, you're like a David Goggins because you will go and you're gonna die, but you will go. I'm a not huge fan of this theory, and I wonder what to think about it. Like, no matter what, I will go. I will broke my foot. I will run. I'm a huge fan of managing the energy and choosing directions where to put it. What do you think about this? Are you David Goggins in writing, Stephen?
No. I mean, no. I mean, I think David Goggins is one in a million, or one in 10 million. That, but for me, I actually try to be kind to myself, you know, and when it gets too hard, like on a day's writing basis, when I start to get tired, I'll stop. When I start making mistakes, when I start making typos and stuff like that, I'll stop because I feel like the equivalent in running would be if you reach a point where you say to yourself, if I keep running, I'm going to hurt myself. You know,
Hmm.
I'm I've already burned out the proper muscles that I should be using. Now my body's going to start recruiting muscles in my lower back and muscles, you know, in my groin. And next thing you know, I'm going to be hurt. So I look at it as the long game. I'm playing for another 20 years. So I think it's okay to go easy. I remember, I don't know if you're into horses at all, Marcin,
I
but
know how horse look like.
but
I ran for three times
I,
in my
I
life.
remember being with friends who had some race horses at the racetrack. And the trainers of the race horses, they really don't work them very hard. They take them out, they warm them up, they run a couple of, around the track a few times, they do a few sprints, they maybe will train them a little bit getting into the starting gate, but they're pretty easy on the horses, really. And a lot of, as soon as they're done, they soap them down, they wash them, they, you know, they're really taking care of those horses because those thoroughbreds are fragile horses. They can be hurt, and if they're hurt, they're ruined, and it's a lot of money down the drain. So I sort of thought to myself, I should do the same thing with myself. It means I work every day, but I'm not going to work myself to the point where I get hurt. It's just
Mhm.
crazy.
So yeah, you just describe how David Goggins speak and work and make sports. Like I will die at the end, but I will make it. Yeah, and a lot of people catch this idea of being unbeatable, unstoppable, and they discover they are stoppable.
Uh-huh. Yes.
They have to manage the energy in a way like human. You are human being. You are not David Goggins in everything you do.
And the other thing, at least for a writer or for even a musician or anybody like that, is the way the equivalent of David Goggins running through everything is us keep on working until we get the job done. It might take 2 years, it might take 3 years. That's sort of the equivalent, I think. I'm not going to stop short of the finish line, and I'm not going to stop when it's an incomplete job or it's not good enough. But I'm also not going to write 23 hours a day and sleep one. That's just crazy.